Okay, Chris, the key to that, my king, is us to finding what? Finding high probability setups. So how do you go about finding high probability setups, my king? Again, guys, this is something that you gotta practice. It's something that you need to put in the work. Go to your Forex Factory. Be up to date with the high impact news package. Be up to date with high impact news. Don't be surprised by seeing big moves in the market and be amazed, like, yo, what happened now in the market? Yeah, that shows that you are taking Forex for granted. Yeah, you are simply playing with Forex, because you as a trader, you must be up to date with any movement in the market if you are truly in love with the markets. But if you're just treating Forex as an hobby or as something just to distress, trust me, this thing won't fall in love with you. It won't fall in love with you. So we got to do what? We got to love this and fall in love with this by doing what? By marking every important dates in our calendars. So by that, I mean that you should be up to date with our Forex Factory and go to our Forex Factory and be up to date with the high impact news. Why the high impact news? It's because each and every day structures are being built. Structures are being built each and every day, each and every day, each and every day, each and every day. So should any news event comes or kicks in, let's say maybe NFP or the one that we're having next week, which is the federal funds rate. So with us knowing that we are having interest rates with federal funds rate, we know that we might expect some big movements in this market quiz, right? So that impulsive move, it will do what, quiz? It will break those structures that have been being built for quite some time. So with the market breaking our structure over there, we'll be now basically waiting for what? For a test. Because why? We had a big or an impulsive breakout. So we know for a fact now that after having this federal funds rate, we do what the following day? We simply put our zone, our sell limits over here. Our sell limits over here. And we do what? We forget about this pain. We forget about this pain. Because now we are simply doing what? We are simply telling the market to do what? To come to us. And our orders will be what? Will be activated and we will be in profits, and the setup will do what? Will play out. Not all the setups are going to leave us. Out of all the setups that are there, applying this, only 2 or 3 will leave us, but the rest, they will be there. So it's up to us to do what? To practice each and every day by showing up each and every day. So to avoid this main issue, I think even Kathy told me about this on WhatsApp last week. Yes, I think it was last week, Friday. Yes, I remember I was going to church on Friday. So yeah, the main thing that may help us, guys, is doing what I'm saying right now. To do what is to up to date with our calendar and know what news are we having, right? So we must definitely be up to date with those news events. And since we're a family, guys, we are one big family. We are one big family. None of you guys will be doing this alone and whatsoever. And we are one big family. These are things that we can discuss together. Like in the group, we may have someone, and I've seen a potential to Kathy. Kathy will be the one who will be responsible to update us in the group with the fundamentals. It will be Kathy only. It will be Kathy only. It will be Kathy only who will be up to date and updating us with every fundamental. So that is Kathy's job. And we're gonna, as time goes by, some other people will be having their job as well. Okay, Kathy, you have raised your hand.
Yes, Mr. Tobis. Mr. Ruben. Is Mr. Ruben there?
Yes, my queen.
I think he is.
Remember, I once said, Mr. Mtobisi needs a PA. I think I once said it.
That's a good one.
He's only realizing it now. That's what I wanted to say.
I volunteered to be his psychology PA.
So yeah, guys. Thank you very much, Katie, for agreeing to do that job for us. So yeah, guys. These are the high impact news that we'll be getting from Katie from each and every day. She's going to subdivide them very, very well. And again, focusing mainly on the high impact news, which is the red flags, I think, and the medium impact, which is the orange flags. I think the low impact ones, those ones, they don't move the market quite big. They don't move the market quite big. Again, we still need to subdivide everything. I don't know if you guys can see my Forex Factory screen. Can you see it?
Yes.
All right. So Kathy will be playing around with Forex Factory, and on the Forex Factory, she's going to see all of the. Okay, Kathy, I'm sure maybe you're using other sources.
I've got invest.com, even Forex Factory. I do have it.
You do have it all.
So I can play around both of them. Yes.
All right. Thank you very much. Me, I'm familiar with Forex Factory. Forex Factory perfectly works for me because it has subdivided every information that I want. So again, on Forex Factory, guys, this is our side on Forex Factory. So you guys are gonna come here on the filter side, and something that you can even do on your side privately. But we are giving this job to Kathy so that she can be responsible to update us with any further news, while me and the rest of the team, which is the gents, we are doing what? We are focusing on finding these hyperliquidity setups, in which Kathy will inform us when structures will be broken. And me and the rest of the team, we are simply waiting for a while now for a test, and hoping to kill those sells towards the downside or those buys towards the downside. Those buys towards the upper side. So on the Forex Factory side, KV, you're gonna come here on the filter, you're gonna see all of these currencies, you're gonna see the ODV pairs, the OD news, the CAD, all of these currencies there. But me, I mostly focus on the USD pairs, but applying the structure, we can trade any pair, since we can even trade USD CAD, since we can even trade GBP JPY. So if we're trading GBP JPY, we must know what's happening on the GBP, and we must know what's happening on the GBP, on the JPY currency side. Right. So these are the event types, and these are the expected impacts. So the red ones, KV, are the ones that are highly impacted news, and these ones are the medium. They do move the market, but not as much as this one. And we're having these ones, which is the low impact news, and they are moving the market, but not as much as this one, and not as much as this one. And here, these with a gray flag, these are non-economic news, meaning that they don't move like the market, right? So whenever we're having these news, they are less volatile. It's mainly bank holidays. There is less volatility in the market. Markets are moving very, very, very slow with these events. Right. So yeah, I also do focus on these news because I must be up to date on when we must expect a volatility or when we might not expect a volatility. So we must be up to date with these bank holidays. So they will also tell us when we're having a bank holiday, meaning that for each and every Sunday, before we can have our Sunday night session, Kathy will update us with the upcoming week's events. Not events that take time next year or what. We mustn't put so much job on Kathy. We'll only focus on that month's, on that week's event. And probably on the next week, maybe we may have Mbappe. Maybe on the next week we might have Mr. Ruben. So we'll exchange all of this. So this week Kathy will be responsible. Oh, next week, starting from next week. So she will be responsible for telling us all of these news events that we are having. So on the event types, we can trade okay, not really trade these news events, right? Me, guys, I don't want you guys to risk your money. The trading events is very, very dangerous. Yeah. So, yeah, we must trade the way that we are trading because it's working for us. Let us continue with what is working for us. So now let us continue with the market structure. So we must understand all of these news. These are growth news. These are inflation news, mainly your CPI, your employment event type news. I think these are NFP, the central banks, which is the CP, which is the federal funds rate that we'll be having next week, your bonds, all of these news, which is the GDP, I think the housing, and so on and so on. The speeches, the Jerome Powell speeches, and so forth and so forth. So these are the all news events that we must be aware of, because with these news events, there will be structures that will be what? That will be broken. So for today, we're having these unemployment claims at 2:30. And from the previous value, we're having a previous value of 232,000, and we have a forecast of 236,000. So from this, we can see that these guys, they kind of expect the dollar to do what? Okay, we must come here and look at the usual effect. The usual effect says that if the actual is less than the forecast, if the actual is less than the forecast, right? If this number that will come out here is less than the forecast, that will be good for the economy. But should this number come lower, higher than the forecast, that will be bad for the economy. Already, they are forecasting 236. Who can tell me between 236 and 232, which number is big between the two? This is simple, but I want someone else now. Mr. Dan, engage with me.
Pardon, I couldn't hear your question well.
I didn't hear my question.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm saying between these two numbers, 236,000, 232,000, which number is big, and what can we expect judging from these forecasts and this previous number?
The 236 is bigger, and according to what you have said, it seems it will be bad for the economy.
Yes, meaning that we might kind of expect selling opportunities on the DXY.
Yes.
Yes, exactly. So now going back into our DXY, we can see or rather look at the structure that we are having, technical wise. And technical wise, you can see that, my chart is very, very dated. My chart is very, very dated. Let me remove these session breaks because I'm no longer applying the day trading rules. So there we go. My chart is clean now. So even on DXY, you see that, guys, we're having negative news for the dollar because the forecast is negative for the dollar. And even if we are looking at the structure, technically, we are sellers on the DXY. So, yeah, today's event is most definitely aligning with what we are having on the DXY technical wise. But again, technical wise, judging from what we're having today, applying to the fundamentals rules. Applying the fundamental rules, today we kind of expect the DXY to push, and we can see that they are having some bit of unfilled space over there before we can have pushes towards the downside. Mr. Robin, USDC strength. My king.
Yeah, boy.
Let's go to USDC spread.
Let's go. I'm looking for potential sales, by the way.
Potential sales.
Yeah. But something confuses me a bit.
Where is my USDC strength? Okay, there it is. Okay, it's looking beautiful. It's looking beautiful. But let me mark off that as my highest high. And let me trace straight below. That's this one. And structure broke quite intensively, but we're having some bit of unfilled space there.
Oh,
Yeah,
I marked the previous one that you marked below the blue candle.
which one, sir? This one.
Where you marked before? below the blue candle. Yes, I marked that.
Oh,
Okay, but continue with what you were
okay.
what you were explaining. Maybe I will be able to identify my mistakes.
Me, I'm seeing this. Me, I'm seeing this. Me, I'm seeing this
Mm.
unfilled space. So
Mhm.
let me drag now this to fill this space that I'm having. So based on 2 hourly structure, yes, the dollar versus Swiss franc is looking very, very, very beautiful. You, these sets are very, very beautiful. Mr. Rowan, me, I love setups like this, guys. Setups whereby I will just analyze and forget about this setup. Look at how long this setup will be, guys. Look at how long this setup will be. Okay, but it's not but it's not quite long. It's not long. It's not long. But this is long. Okay, this is long. Let me look at this picture. Okay. I do see. But me, I'm
But
looking at-
you marked something very important, my king.
Mm, mm.
I'm not sure you continue or should I ask questions?
You can continue. You can continue.
Okay, the low that you marked, because I was seeing an imbalance there, but no, the one that you marked.
Oh, the
Where
one
it
that
was now, you shouldn't have removed it. Yeah.
Okay.
So that if you see just the red candle going down, that space, it looks like there's an imbalance left there.
Even here.
No, up.
Or even up.
Yes, that
Okay.
space.
I think it will be more visible if you can even dive in deeper into smaller time frames. Because you said this, Mr. Ruben, it's what did to me on gold. Yo, I'm so hurt by gold. Yo, gold hurt me. Yo. Okay, let me open a new gold. Let me open a new gold. Because I don't want to remove my analysis. I will show you what happened. But again, ish, I think it was this supply. It was yesterday. Yeah, it was yesterday. I saw that being my lowest low, and I traced back the high, which is one. So, seeing how impulsively we broke, I was expecting a supply. I mean, a demand zone over here. We're having a demand zone. Hence why I'm even buying gold now. I'm looking to buy on gold. But again, Mr. Robert, look at all of this drawdown. Yo, I was crying yesterday. I was crying yesterday with this drawdown.
It kicked my second entry out. It kicked me out.
Yeah, yo.
Applause.
But again, if I did this, look at this. Now let me drop it down maybe into a 15 minutes time frame. 15 minutes time frame. I want to show you guys the importance of catching entries on smaller time frames. Yo guys, catching smaller entries on smaller time frames, that's the best thing that you guys can do for yourself. That's the best thing you guys can do for us. Even if you see a beautiful structure like this, let me teach you guys this. Even if you're seeing this on an H4 time frame, this would have been this is a beautiful entry even on an H4, entering your entry based on an H4 time frame for entries. But even if we're having this on an H4, hey, me guys, I try by all means on this structure. This is basically structures within the structures, guys. This is basically structures within the structure. I make sure that on the second leg of this very, very same beautiful double bottom, I do what? I dive in deeper into small time frame so that I can come up with what? With entries. So now let me go back to this trade so that I can show you how I came about with this buy. No, it's not how I came about this buy because I was crying yesterday. This is where I entered my buys. I entered my buys based on the structure, But even again, based on the structure, if I went in deeper, let me go to 15 minutes time so that you guys can see. Even though this is dangerous, guys, this is dangerous, but I feel like this is the best thing you can do because this is how you catch safe entries. So that being my lowest low. Do you guys see how perfectly or rather how accurately I mark my lowest low? This is my lowest low, right? Again, let me go back to my auto and I trace back the high, which is this one. Can you guys see that now? So now, let me take it back maybe into a 30 minutes chart. Yes. Based on a 30 minutes chart, our structure got broken here because this was quite significant.
Yeah.
You all guys agree with me? Crazy, is everyone with me, guys? Mr. Klaba, everyone, Mbappe,
We listening, yes. Yes, we're listening.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
agree with you, McKean.
So that was supposed to be our break of structure zone, of which this is where our biggest demand that we're looking for on gold was supposed to be. So this was supposed to be our entry on gold for what? For long position here. And putting our stop loss just above our zone. And maybe just to double this.
For long term.
Looking at the structure, Mr. Ruben, look at this. Okay. Let me.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you to go to a bigger time frame.
Me, I'm still holding this part, Mr. Ruben. And let me take.
If maybe you go to 2 hours so. So you will see there around 12 o'clock, you have your lowest low there.
Mhm.
Between the 29th and the, where it says 29 June, around 12 o'clock. Yes, you have your lowest low there. So shouldn't you cater for that?
Okay, Mr. Ruben, can you please show me which it's this one?
Okay, which structure are you targeting actually?
With these buys,
yes, with that buy.
With these buys. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't want to waste time maybe and play the YouTube video, but let me go back to this trade. I explained it on my YouTube video, but it's still here. Can you see how?
Let me also go to my gold and check because I was on USD CHF.
This is how long these buys me I'm predicting on gold, because this is where my entry was on gold on Monday. Remember this trade that you took on Monday?
Monday, yes, correct.
This is the trade that I'm making.
And meaning that second low.
Yes, because this, let me say that was my low. Let me mark using a brush.
That was the lowest low, yes.
It's low, interest in the high. Even if I use this one, even if I use this one, even if I use this one, all of these lows were what? They were broken.
Correct.
Meaning that this is a confirmed buy setup. But should we do something like this, our buy setup will be invalid. But for as long as we're still playing around this for me, gold is a buy.
Because I'm still holding the trade as well with a stop loss below that lowest low.
Okay, let me dive in deeper. Let me see. But right now I'm holding sales on gold.
You're holding sales.
Okay, I'm holding both buys and sells. I'm holding both buys.
You're hedging now.
I took my buys there where I showed you. Okay, these are the sales that I'm holding. This wasn't actually my real stop loss. Me, I just cloned this and put it around about there. That's how I target my price, and my stop loss is just above this zone. I don't know if you guys do get me. This was my supply zone, and I simply cloned this. But with the actual rules of the supply and demand, this would have hit me out. But I've modified the whole strategy now. Okay, not the whole strategy, because I'm not using the supply and demand. But yeah, this is my stop loss. This is how I calculate my stop loss, and I just put it just above this zone over here, which is the double of this. And I don't go above 50 pips. Do you see how many pips this is? This is 25 pips.
Which method now did you use to enter this trade? Did you use the Asian surgeon range?
No. It's not based on the Asian range. I haven't even I haven't even put my. Let me put my surgeon breaks. Let me see.
Because it doesn't make sense to me at all. I'm not sure to the rest of the team if they understand.
Okay, okay, I'll explain to you. So I'll explain to you. So I don't want to remove my. Okay, let me remove this. Okay, no, before I do that, let me just go back to this. And now, let me go to, okay, I've put my session breaks on the 10 candlestick. Where my session starts. Yeah. So this is where my session starts. Okay, this is what we are having. And where is the 11 candlestick? Okay, I can't see. Let me switch this thing to this. Okay, there is my 11. So this is my Asian range, right? So again, based on our Asian range, so we haven't yet broken out above or below, but even looking at this, right? I said that this, okay, let me remove this again. I took this trade me based on this structure set. That was my today's data. And so that was my what? That was my highest high over there. And I trust with the low and seeing how impulsively we broke here. I saw that we might be looking for selling opportunities just to here, because here where I have my buys over here, Mr. Ruben, we broke quite impulsively. So I do believe that some other time we're going to come back here and balance this gap over here before we can further push towards the upper side. Hence why I'm still holding these buys, right? So for me, this is where my break of structure was, right? Again, if I clone this just to increase or rather to modify my rows, this is where my stop loss is. And right now, if this crosses above this will keep me out. But again, applying the Asian range strategy, that is our highest high of the range. And we can see that with us even crossing above, invalidating this structure for sales, this will be further confirming sales, but later the day, which is the New York session, which is us breaking above, will be making us sellers of today, right? So removing that, again, removing everything now, using this structure that we are having right now, even though I am already in this tree. So let me do that. That is my highest high, right? So again, tracing like the low, we can see that if I make this my low, even now the market has crossed below, right? And it's still kind of confirming selling opportunities. But however, we're going to see. But again, bear at the back of our minds, guys, that we are having this high is the high of today's Asian range. So right now we are trading exactly at the resistance, today's resistance, which is this today's Asian high. Again, should we break this Asian high, bear at your head, guys, that the market will be giving us possible selling opportunities around New York session, because with us breaking above, it will be making us what? It will be making us sellers of today. But however, should these sales be respected, again, maybe up until around about day, again, we're still having that as our Asian range, of which it starts there and ends there. And this is something that is normal to us, whereby the market doesn't break above or below our Asian range. So yeah, it's something that won't be new to us. But again, I don't know if you guys do understand me. So Mr. Ruben, it was the one who you were the one who said
Yes.
you don't understand how I came about this trade.
Yeah, I see it now, even though the
Yeah.
time frames look so
Yeah.
small for me.
Mm.
For me to trade that small time frame, then I must have a clear break above
Mm.
on the Asian range.
It's very, very, very dangerous. It's a very, very dangerous trade, this one.
Yeah, it's for you, my mentor, the ones who have masters. I'm still a
Yeah.
learner drive.
Mm. But
And we go back to USDCHF, please.
oh, yes, yeah. Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, let me go to Swiss franc. Okay, again, I think even on Swiss franc, I was having the same thing. I think, oh, yes. I do remember that we stopped here and I went on gold. Yes, I do remember. So I gave,
Yes, I think my question was about that imbalance.
yes, and I said that let me just try and dive in deeper and look there at the supply. If I won't scam other imbalances over there, because with this, looking at this, let me put this over. With this being our entry, or being my entry, if I clone this, okay, even though it's still looking like a high probability setup, but yo, my stop loss for this one is quite big. But again, it's 50.
Less than 60 pips, it's fine.
It's fine.
Yeah, we go small lot sizes.
Mm. But let me see. But let me see if I dive in deep. I won't see any entries. Because this one for me, it's still big. It's still big. Let me try and skim it. Let me drop it down to a 30 minutes chart. So if I
Yeah, you enter 5 positions, my chief. That's why that stop loss is too big for you. I go one at a time.
one at a time.
One at a time.
So, all right, with that being my structure, I can see that we are again having another beautiful structure over here, which we can see that that was our highest high and that was our inflow, right? And we can see that we broke here and look at this gap that we left here. So,
yeah, no, that's a tight one.
that's a very, very tight one. It's a very, very no. Why am I cloning? No, I want to extend this to the right and let me go back into my 2-8. So maybe that's how I can try to expect myself. And it is.
So you don't believe that it might turn and go down from where it is now?
I'm here. It's possible.
Because you have, yeah, that.
What do you say, guys?
So
Hey,
I've put a sell stop below the low where it is now, just to see, but I feel like I'm too early with that sell stop. Just to see how far it will retest.
How far, guys, will it retest? Is it A or B? What do you guys?
Can I intervene and
Yes.
correct me?
Yes, please.
I think this it might go back and then it might go back and give us a double top because there's a gap there at the top it didn't fill in, you know.
What do others say?
On our first high there.
Guys, A or B? A or B and why?
I think A. I think A. Because it's performing also at that touch here because it's been playing around this zone. So this may be a sensitivity zone where the market's been playing.
Even here, even here.
Yeah.
Even here.
So it will just because if it break above this, it might reset and continue with buys. I don't know up until to this B, but I think A is fine.
All right, Mtobisi. Then, what's your view, Mikey? A or B and why? And mind you, guys, we're left with 2 minutes now. Let's be quick. A or B?
I think it's A because every time it touches the supply at A, it goes down aggressively itself. So for me, it's A.
It's A. All right, all right.
Yeah.
David. A or B? Quick, my king. David A. Oh, David A. We'll go with A. Oh, you guys are scamming me. David A. David. David is scamming me. Kwesi.
Oh, yo, my lord. Sorry, my background is very noisy because I have kids running around here and they are making a lot of noise. So sorry, I'm sorry. I can't see anything now. I'm new to Forest. I'm still trying to understand your strategy. So that's the
Sorry not, my king.
Thank you, my lord.
Kwesi. Quick, fast, my king. A or B and why?
To my side, I think it's A.
It's A. Oh wow.
Yes.
Yeah, so the class is going with A. Then A or B. Oh, Dan has already said it's A.
Yeah, I answered.
Mbappe. Let's close off with Mbappe.
As for me, I normally, due to the limited time that I have to trade, I normally go with the H4. So I'm holding long-term buys. So in this case, I'll be biased and hope for B.
Okay. My team, this thing is ending. What's your view? A or B? 10, 9, 8, 7. That was giving us 6. My friends, A or B?
That's me?
This thing is ending. But nonetheless, guys. Okay, so it's USD CAD. Okay, let me just remove everything. Okay. Right, okay, this is our USD CAD, and do you still remember your question? And if you do still remember the question, can you please kindly repeat it for us so that even those who are not yet in the session, they can hear your question.
Oh, okay. If I'm not mistaken, yesterday we were looking at it, and then we were hoping that it's going to give us a setup. It's going to complete the setup, and we're gonna be buying yesterday. So unfortunately, it broke below. Because remember that support, that's a strong support, the sensitive area. We thought that's where it's gonna bounce back. And unfortunately it broke below, and then it went down, it shot down. So when I reanalyzed it again and went on my daily time frame, then I saw that there's a possibility that it might be go even lower to you see where your case is.
Okay, right now I'm looking at
it might go there before it goes, it gives us a complete setup and then buy. Yes.
That's beautiful, okay. That's beautiful because again, if I look at the outer structure on USD CAD, obviously marking that as my high. But let me firstly go to my weekly chart. I want to see like the overall structure of this whole pair. So from this whole pair, I can see that the market is creating some series of higher highs and higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, indicating bullish movements, right? Which is buying opportunities. But however, it is kind of showing signs of wanting to go down, because after it hit that high, it never gave us another high that is higher than this one over here, meaning that it is kind of showing signs of selling opportunities. But however, looking at it at the outer structure, we can't yet be sure with those long-term sells if this is signaling long-term sells, because even though the market is failing to give us pushes towards the upper side, there is something that is also happening with this high over here. The market broke this previous high over here, so probably with this might still be the market testing this previous broken high. I mean, yes, it was broken out high by this impulsive move towards the upper side. So probably this might be acting as a correction and preparing for those further pushes towards the upper side. But again, those further pushes towards the upper side will be confirmed by structures within the structure. So now let us drop it down into the daily time frame and see what are we having on our daily chart. Again, on our daily chart, you can see that we are still quite ranging inside these two, these two prices over here, which is this one and that one over there. So we are still in a deciding stage for me. This is still a correction, and from that correction, again, judging from that weekly perspective, we saw that we might be expecting quite strong pushes towards the upper side. Okay, let me run. Okay, so we might be expecting further pushes towards the upper side because we are testing this previous high that was broken by this impulsive move towards the upper side, and we're still trading above it, meaning that we're still looking for further pushes towards the upper side. But again, let us dive in deeper from to our daily chart and see what our daily chart is having for us. So if we dive in deeper into our daily chart again, it's still the same thing. It's still the same thing, but I think, did I analyze this pair? Okay, no, I didn't analyze this pair. I think it was Mr. Ruben who analyzed USD CAD, and it had completed the sell setup that he showed us yesterday. I think it came from these two highs over there, of which there was his low, I mean, not low, but the low that gave us that high, and over here the market broke. I think, yeah, it was the structure. And already the structure, I think it has been completed. Yeah, the structure has already been completed. So, to be honest, USD CAD is I don't want to say confusing me, but the way it's structured, that is quite opposite with the way the dollar is structured, because on the dollar, I'm still further expecting pushes towards the downside. But again, those pushes towards the downside on the dollar, they are very, very, okay, not long, but this one for me, USD CAD, I honestly don't know with the long-term sales on this one, but I am looking for strong buys, based on the weekly chart. But already, for me, I feel like this pace is forward, because it completed the whole structure without even giving us a chance to enter, because this was supposed to be our entry. I think even today I'm still even having these selling limits. I think I'm gonna have to delete them, because for me, this will be a low probability trade now, because it has already completed the whole setup. Even if I use this low, it has already completed the setup. So on USD CAD, it's for me, it's a different story, judging from what I'm having on DXY. You see how bearish I still expect the dollar to be, and this bearishness on the DXY. Let me compare it with USD CAD sets that I'm looking for. They are very, very small. They're very, very small, because these cells, I feel like they're gonna be exhausted around about there, because we're having a very, very strong broken high that we are testing, on which I do believe that it will be respected and will push towards the upper side. Are you still with me, Pitfi?
Yes, I'm still here. And when you asked the other question that I had when I was conversing with Toby Sine
Yes.
on 1 hour time frame,
1 hour
I
time.
also wanted to find out that after it has broke below, that movement, is it a correction or what is it,
Okay, can you come again? I love your question. If it breaks, I mean, if
I said on 1 hour time frame.
Yes.
On 1 hour time frame, after it has broken below, that's a structure. No, after that, a consolidation on 1 hour. So I just want to know that movement. Is it a correction or is it a slow sideways movement going down?
Okay. Firstly, let us understand a bullish market, right? This is a bullish market, series of highs and lows, highs and lows, highs and lows, highs and lows. The minute we cross below this low, okay, let me just simply make this low because this low gave us that high. The minute we cross this, we have completely changed the whole direction of this market. By doing what? By significantly crossing below this low, meaning that now, before, on this market, the impulsive move was what? Was a buy, right? You agree with me? Yes, a correction on this one was a sell in case of a what? This is a bullish market. But now, something strange has happened now in this market. This market now has changed the whole direction now. By doing what? By crossing significantly below this low. Right. So we must understand the full definition of the market crossing below this low. What does it mean now? It means now we've changed the whole direction of this market now. Meaning that now our impulsive move now is a what now? Is a sell. It's no longer a buy now. Our correction now in this market will be a what now? Will be a buy. Why now this has all changed? It's because we have changed into a bullish market, and now we are in a bear market. So that is the true definition of the break of structure. Of why does the market crosses below? What does it mean? It simply means that we have now changed the whole direction. We are no longer buyers of the market. We are now sellers of that market. So in this case, let me quickly go to this one. Let us look into this market based on this H1 time frame. So based on this H1 time frame, we can perfectly mark that as our lowest low. Do you agree with me on that one?
Yes.
So with this being our lowest low, what do we do next?
And then we identify the high that brought that low.
The high that gave rise to this low, of which is this one, right? So now, since that we've perfectly marked these two key points, which is this one and this one, we are now looking at the current market. What is the current market doing? Is the current market trading above or below the what? Below these two key points. From those two key points, that's where we're going to get our answer, right? So from this, we can see that the market is still trading where? Below these two key points. So with the market trading below this, it means that this whole market is still a what, Keith? It's still a bear market.
Bearish.
Yes. This market is still a bear market, meaning that in this market, the impulsive move is a what? Is a sell, and a correction is a what? Is a buy. But the minute this market crosses above this, this is no longer now a what? This is no longer now a selling market, but we are now having a possible buy setup. We've now changed the whole direction, and we are now we are now buyers of that particular market, of that time frame that we will be looking at the chart.
Oh, okay. And hence you explaining that what I did, I sent in a file and then highlighted specifically what Yes.
I see the screenshots in the chat box.
Yes, that's highlighted area. That's the part I wanted to find out. Is it the correction or is it the a down movement going sideways? That's what I wanted to say.
So now do you beautifully see now that this is just the lowest low? Okay, fine. Judging from yesterday's trades, let me quickly go to yesterday and let's go to my settings and go to messaging breaks because I want to see the yesterday's trades, right? Okay, I don't know the exact time where you marked your, okay, I think it was this zone. So if this was your zone, meaning that your lowest low was, okay, let me quickly go to the let me go to the chat box and view that picture. Okay, I do see it. You marked off that as your lowest low. All right, let me quickly go to my okay, KV, yesterday that was your lowest low, ne? This one. Is it true?
Yes.
Is it true? All right. So with that being your lowest low, what was your high that gave rise to this being your lowest low? Was it this one or that one? I'm sure it was this one.
That one, yes, where your test is. Yeah.
Yes, that one. But again, Kevin, I'm gonna ask you some few questions. I'm not sure if there's anyone who's willing to help me with these two questions. Okay, with this one, actually one question that I'm gonna ask with Kathy. Is there anyone who wants to try and answer that? I mean, and ask Kathy that question before I myself ask him. Yes, Mr. Robert.
I'll give my shot.
You'll give your shot. Yes.
Okay. Based on the lowest low that you had, and then you had a break above the high that gives rise to that low. Is that break significant?
No.
Yes.
That's point number one. The break was not significant, and then it went back into that area.
Yes.
Now it has created a new low. Do you see that?
Yes.
So now when you see that it has created a new low, which now is the high that gave rise to that low?
If Mr. Mthobisi can just zoom a bit.
Okay. Is it this one or it's which one would you use?
I think you
bring down again.
This one.
Yes, I would say that one.
Perfect.
Okay. Was that broken and retest?
No.
Yeah. So those were my only two questions. I'm not sure if there's any further.
Are you happy, Kathy, with Mr. Robin's questions?
Yes, I'm happy with his questions. Based on his questions, I didn't look at our rules. I looked at 1 hour, and then from the hence I mentioned from the 1st of June, the market started to range. I was looking that it was ranging up until yesterday,
So yeah, guys, I need you guys to take a screenshot of this. I'm sure that some of you are using your phones. Yeah. These kind of breaks out, guys, they are not high probable. This is not a significant breakout, guys. We must have a significant breakout. We must have an impulsive breakout. I hope you guys are all with me. Not only UK, but the rest of the team, guys, because here we are creating monsters, guys. Here we are wanting to me by December, guys. I don't want to have you guys by December this year. I don't wanna be having you guys December. Maybe December I want us to throw a big part in it. So all of these mistakes, guys, these are mistakes that I want us to discuss each and every day. Hence why I want you all guys to interact with me. We are no longer now on the FX codes. We are now free. We are now doing our own thing. And I want you all to succeed. Even now, right now, I'm not perfect, but let us try by all means and interact so that I can fix your mistakes that you are having. So if you will be quiet then, but to me, I won't know what you are struggling with. So please, guys, do grab some notes from KP, from Mr. Robin. Please do raise your hand. Don't be ashamed of everyone. And Lana, we are all here to make money of it. Let us try and be open, guys, because this will be helping us in the future. So these are the kind of things. Yes, Kathy.
Hence, normally when you interact with Mr. Ruben,
Yes.
what I do after the sessions, I go back to the charts that you spoke about and then on my own and try to find out how did you come about making the decisions, and then you say this and this and that and that and that, you know, and also playing around other currency pairs as well, and then learning your strategy, you know. And then that's why always I post and say, am I right or wrong? You know, that's the only way to learn, you know,
Thank you very
practicing
much.
and then put it out there and then for corrections, you know.
Exactly, guys. Those are the kind of things that, guys, I want us to do each and every day. I want this same energy each and every day. But let's push Kwesi. Write down all of your questions that you're having. But this is our job. We're doing this each and every day. We can't be waking up each and every day at 11 just to waste time. We must be learning things like this one over here. And we won't learn them if you guys are not sharing with me your trading experiences. I won't learn them because me and Mr. Ruben will be here and talking about market, because me and Mr. Ruben, we can see that this wasn't a significant breakout, but to you, this was a breakout. So that's how keeping quiet will affect you guys. So please, guys, do learn from Kwesi, do learn from KV, everyone, you just ask questions. Even if you feel like it's a dumb question, but please, you just ask it into. I'm sure it will open somewhere. So these are the things that I need you guys to screenshot. These are not things. This is not a significant breakout. This is not the breakout that we're looking for. So USD showed beautiful signs of continuing towards the downside, and even currently it is still showing signs of continuing towards the downside, applying the very same old rules that we are preaching each and every day. We haven't yet crossing above this high. Why this high? This high, it is the one that gave us this current low slow, meaning that this market is still in a downtrending market upon a 1 hour time frame. But if you will go again into a much bigger time frame, a bigger time frame will tell you its own story, because why? Each and every time frame has its own structure. So yeah, I hope you guys are with me on that one. Yeah, Kwesi, you had your hand up, my king.
Thank you, sir.
How are you, my king?
I'm good, sir. What about you today?
Thank you. I'm good, my king. What's your question today, my lord?
Sir, according to this recently, as I've been attending these sessions, you say if you want to see it's a breakout, you have to get almost 3 candlestick breaking above the.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly, Chris. Exactly. So again, going back to USDK, let me see if I press this, it will take me back to that one. Let me try. Okay, yes. So upon this quiz, did we had any 3 breakout candlesticks closing above this? Were they 3?
No, sir.
No. So now, do you see writing down your rules, how it will help you identify high and low probability trades? All right, Chris, thank you very much, Makin, for bringing up.
Sir, then I have this difficulty here.
Sorry?
Like, as you can see, the where Kathy said it's a low here, where your cursor is right now. Extend that low which we are talking about after breaking, failing to break the above the new low that was created.
This one.
After this low, yeah, that
Okay.
low there.
Let me go there. Let me go there. All right.
Okay. Then when I want you to help me trace the high that gave us that low.
Exactly, Kwesi. Exactly, Kwesi. Exactly, Kwesi. Exactly, Kwesi. That's what I thought maybe Kwesi will bring me. I thought Kwesi will challenge me on that time. And it's you, Kwesi, who's challenging me on that time. But it's fine. Okay, me, Kwesi, that would have been my high that gave rise to this low, right? And this breakout was significant for me. But again, I would have waited for this would have been my age. Unfortunately, this one would have taken me out. This one would have taken me out. This is where I would have entered my bias, because for me, this was a significant breakout. Again, judging if I make that my high that gave me that low. So on this one, unfortunately, we won't be winning every trade quiz. This one would have taken us out. This one would have definitely taken us out. Because that, yeah, upon what I've explained now. Mr. Ruben, yes, your hand is up.
My question is partly answered, even though I do not agree with the answer.
Okay.
I wanted to ask you, if that is your high that gave rise to that low, then where will your TP be? Which structure are you actually breaking out?
Okay, let me remove this. If that was my low. Okay, right. Okay. Again, can I check the time? What time was it? Was it 3? No. Kwesi, this wasn't going to be my low because this was during Asian session. No. This wasn't going to be my high. I actually don't check. I actually don't trade around these times. So no. This wasn't going to be my low. I mean my low, and this wasn't going to be the structure. This one. But again, I don't know if you guys want me to further continue upon the structure. Yes.
My point was, and please correct me, Toby,
yes.
To say if you're taking that high as the one that gave rise to that low,
Yes.
meaning that small amount. So in my view, and please correct me there, I might be wrong,
Yes.
the structure that you're trying to break, it's up to whether you don't even have to zoom out. It's up to there, yes, correct. So that means you're only looking at that little structure.
Yes, the structure.
If this is the small low that you are taking.
Yes. It was a
and hence I don't prefer small time frames.
It was a very
so automatically that makes the trade a low probability in terms of risk to reward ratio.
Beautiful. Because this is my entry. Let me see the risk reward ratio. It's a very low trade. It's a very low trade. It's a very low trade. It was actually a dangerous trade. It's like the one that I sent you. So I think it was GBP USD yesterday. You remember the buys that I went on yesterday?
Yes, yeah.
It crashed. It showed me flames. But
Did it reach your TP, by the way, if I may ask?
It reached TP1, only TP1.
Oh, okay.
And the rest they moved SL stop loss.
No, there you were breaking all the rules.
There I was playing with fire. All right, guys. I think we're done with US ticket. Everyone, are you guys happy with US ticket? Is everyone happy? Quiz, are you happy? Is everyone happy?
Sir, I'm just waiting.
Yes, Kevin. Okay, let's start with Kevin.
Can you kindly explain how to identify liquidity grab?
Liquidity grab. All right.
Yes.
All right, Katie. Again, forex is very, very broad. It's very, very broad in a sense that me, I call an impulsive move towards the upper side, maybe a buy. Some people call this other name or one. There are so many names that are out there in the market. For instance, me, I call break of structure the way I call break of structure. But if you go out into other forex trading strategies or even academies, they call break of structure some other thing. They call what I call break of structure a change of current type thing on the ICT or the SMC. So for me, I feel like they are very, forex is very, very important in the sense that some other terms they might be new to you, but only to find out that that person is used to the trading style that they were trading using before. So for me, I'm not sure about liquidity grab, but from my understanding, I don't know, maybe Mr. Robin can fix me or anyone, but I feel like liquidity grabs are nothing but stop loss hands. I don't know. But for my understanding, I think that liquidity grab is nothing but stop loss hands. I don't know if I don't know with you guys. What is your understanding about liquidity grab? What is liquidity grab?
Because what I'm saying is that how can we identify it?
How to identify liquidity grab?
Yes.
Okay. Firstly, do you agree with me that liquidity grab is stop loss hands? I don't know with you. Maybe you are calling liquidity grab some other thing.
It is. It's just
stop loss hand.
like you say, it
Mr.
depends
Ruben?
how you put it.
Sorry.
I say it is the same way. It depends how you put it.
So how to see or how to avoid stop loss?
Yes.
That's your question.
Yes.
Okay, Casey. Right now we're left with 4 minutes, and your question is very, very, very deep. I think it will need the extra 30 minutes. Well, right now it's 11:30. We're left with 30 minutes. I think we can close off this session, and you're gonna join now. Is it fine, guys, if I close? Well, it's 4 minutes left.
Yes, let's jump in and jump in.
Okay.
It's all right. Thank you very much.
Okay.